This may be one of the most important things that you hear, read, or see today as you're viewing it. And I asked Grok a question. Some of you like ChatGPT, some of you like Grok, some of you like other AI. There's all kinds of AI out there now. And if you know how to use AI correctly, then I applaud you. And we'll get into that. And that's what this is all about. It's not just about AI, it's about everything out there that relates to this question that I asked. I simply typed into Grok, give me your thoughts on technology actually creating a dumber society. The answer was interesting. And it says technology is not making society uniformly dumber, but it is redistributing intelligence, eroding certain cognitive muscles, and amplifying low effort habits in ways that feel like net decline for many people. Now, that's a big answer, but let me break it down. And it goes on to say technology massively expands access to information and computational power while reducing the need to hold or retain facts, perform routine calculations, navigate space, and do all manner of things. This is what's called classic cognitive offloading. The same pattern, and this really got me. Socrates. Socrates was against writing. He was all about the teacher should teach the student, and the student should teach the student, and the student should teach the student. He was afraid, actually, that writing would atrophy your memory. This happened with the printing press, with calculators, with GPS. In each case, some skills atrophied while higher order or specialized capacities grew for those who knew how to use the tools well. So I ask you a question right now. I'll go back off a script. I ask you a question. When's the last time you read a book? It could be on an e-reader. It could be on a Kindle. It could be on your PC. But when's the last time that you read a book? In this day and age, you can have a book read to you. And you don't have to, all you have to do is hear it. The current difference of what we're suffering is scale, speed, and design. Smartphones, social media, short form videos. How many of you like shorts? They gain your attention, they engage you, but they're quite often just comedy or something that's just not really substantial in form. And the result is measurable. We suffer from attention fragmentation, constant notifications, and click on this, scroll this. They take way over sustained focus. Deep reading and long form reasoning suffer. The Google effect and its successors mean people remember where to find information more than remember the information. Critical evaluation is uneven. You got all manner of sources out there that tell you this and the other one will tell you that. So who do you believe? And now we have AI generated information, AI generated videos. And some of you say, well, I can't tell the difference between the real and the AI. They've got you right where they want you. Critical evaluation, it's uneven. The misinformation will lead you down the wrong trail. And the next thing you know, you're going to sound like some kind of an idiot to your friends. So the real pattern here is bifurcation. That's a big word, bifurcation. Technology creates a steeper competence gradient. People who treat your device as a tool for deliberate use, like information on hygiene, information on things that really matter, deliberate practice of attention and memory. Like my wife, she plays words with friends, and it keeps her mind sharp because she's having to think and reason. Elon Musk was asked one time, do you play video games? He said, well, I got a choice. I can either build a business or I can play video games. I don't see how I could do both. And I see the truth in that. But unfortunately, we hand our children cell phones and they don't know the truth in that. And they get caught into all manner of clickbait just to satisfy them. But then again, some of our kids are learning quickly how to use this information and this resource to help them along the way. Okay, I'm a bus driver. I drive a school bus. And last year I had a young man who was riding the bus with me, and he was still in middle school. But he decided that he needed to help his dad. Now, trust me, I know the man, I know the family. He was not being pressured to help his dad. He wanted to help his dad. And this was a smart kid, good kid, well behaved kid. So he decided to homeschool. And he uses Chat GPT oftentimes to help him write things to further his education. And like I said, the kid's smart and he's making great grades in homeschool, and he's going to get to the place where he can go and qualify for his GED and only be like 16 years old, just old enough to drive, and go ahead and get his GED and go ahead to work with his father. And at the same time, still have the resources available for information for his day to day needs according to that business. Because you see, he sees his father using technology to assist him in his business and turn it into a profitable enterprise. Now, I applaud that young man, and he knows how to use it, but not everyone does. You see thousands of kids just doom scrolling on their phones. What are they looking at? They're looking at short videos and they're laughing. You can tell. I can watch them on my bus. It used to be that the older kids were the worst ones on the bus. That's not the truth anymore. Now they get on the bus and the first thing they do is flip out their phone. They sit back there in the back of the bus and they're just as quiet as they can be because they're watching videos. They might make a little bit of racket when they say, "Hey guys, look at this one," and they'll show what they found, some short form video, of somebody falling off of a ladder, or some crazy thing. And the little ones who don't have phones yet, they're left to use their minds to create. Now, sometimes they create things that give me grief as a bus driver, but you can tell which ones are using their mind and which ones are just sitting there watching a short form video. Oh, my job becomes easier if everybody has a cell phone because they'll just stay addicted to it. But I hate that at the same time because I like to see kids use their mind like I had to use my mind when I was growing up. So we have a generation of kids who've got smartphones, but they don't know how to read and write. Oh, they can go to YouTube and watch videos. They can text each other with emoticons and basic rudimentary slang English, but they wouldn't know how to sit down and write a thesis. They wouldn't know how to get out of high school unless they were being passed out of high school. Listen, technology does not simply deterministically create a dumber society, but it creates a society in which intelligence becomes optional. Intelligence becomes optional for daily functioning, and whether the medium outcome trends down on depends on culture, incentives, and individual habits more than it does the existence of this thing right here. I hope that helps. And so I hope that you read a book and you start to read books again. I hope that you retain information and that you continue to retain information. And I hope you pass this along to your kids and to your grandkids. And that's all. I wish you a healthy, happy, intellectual life.